Hi, I'm Phil Turek, and I'm running for Congress. This is my announcement video for that on Facebook. So it's something I've thought about for a long time, and I'm running for the 47th Congressional District in the state of California. Current representative is David Min, and this includes the the cities of Seal Beach, Huntington Beach, Irvine, Costa Mesa, Newport Beach, and a little bit further south, Pieces. Okay, but I graduated from high school with the bicentennial class, the class of 1976. In fact, I even got to participate in the parade in the town of Genoa to celebrate our bicentennial. And I thought, right now, over the years, we've had this issue of gerrymandering kind of creeping along. The first gerrymander took place in 1812, and it silenced the political voices of some of the citizens in the state of Massachusetts. Since then, both political parties have kind of expanded their use, and now we're facing a lose-lose proposition here in the state of California. Recently, Governor Abbott in the state of Texas gerrymandered his state to silence the voices of some 5 million citizens there, 5 million voters. And to counter that, the governor of California is proposing legislation to gerrymander California to silence the voices of 6 million U.S. citizens. Now, consider this. The Hiroshima bomb killed 140,000 people, is the estimate. And so that means the governor of Texas has effectively dropped 36 gerrymander nukes on his own citizens. And now the governor of California is kind of being forced to consider dropping 43 gerrymander nukes on his own citizens. And meanwhile, our current leader and the vice president are eagerly trying to promote other states, Missouri and so forth, to embrace gerrymandering. This is not what our founding fathers were all about. Our Constitution begins with "we the people," and I propose that as we approach the 250th anniversary of the founding of our nation, that we the people demonstrate that we still understand what those words mean. I'm proposing a campaign to politically reform just this one issue. Let's see if we can just do one thing right, okay? Gerrymandering is not really a good thing. It never has been, and we have the capability today to eliminate it. Back in 2000, well, in the 117th Congress, there was a bill, Senate Bill 2747, called the Freedom to Vote Act. It passed the House but never became law. One of the provisions of the bill was to end the practice of gerrymandering, requiring all congressional districts to be determined by nonpartisan or bipartisan working groups. That's what it takes to end gerrymandering. Our current leader doesn't seem to understand what we the people mean. This is something that can't really be done by the executive branch, can't really be done by Congress members, can't really be done by the judicial branch. This is something that has to be put forward and seen through by we the people. And to do this, it's not easy. But wouldn't it be a great tribute to our founding fathers if we did this? And here's how I would approach trying to actually implement this. As you know, our government right now has two major political parties, neither of which existed when the founding fathers wrote "We the People." So we can demonstrate that we can rise above partisan politics to make voting one person, one vote again like it used to be, like it was intended to be by our founding fathers. So I propose you first go to congress.gov on the internet. Look up, if you don't know, who is your congressional representative. Look up which political party they belong to. Now, you have to find 2/3 of your little team of 3 people at least who have the same political party as your congressional representative. And the 3 of you need to go back to congress.gov, dig up this bill, Senate Bill 2747 from the 117th Congress, the Freedom to Vote Act. It had many additional provisions besides eliminating gerrymandering. In your personal view, maybe you want to get rid of everything else that was in there. There were things in there that I personally would be happy to see happen. like making Election Day a national holiday so that people don't have to worry about, taking time off from work to go vote. But that's me. You have your own views. And what's important is that you cross political party lines and make this a bipartisan effort in your own home with your own laptop. This bill is stupidly long. It's 594 pages. Fortunately, it's 24 lines per page and large margins and double spaced. It's longer than I've read. But you need to form a group of three, two members of the same political party as you and yourself, or maybe you're one of the others, the three of you, edit this bill, agree what can we get rid of and live without for today. The most essential one thing to keep, the one provision, is to end gerrymandering nationally. No more state of Texas wiping out, using 36 gerrymander nukes. No more state of California having to use 43 gerrymander nukes in retaliation. No more Mississippi and all the other states who are being encouraged to gerrymander. No more Massachusetts gerrymandering. Wow, the original gerrymander, wouldn't it be great to finally remove that the way our founding fathers had envisioned for us? So what you would have to do, your little group of three, edit that old bill and make an appointment with your congressional representative. The three of you go there. Remember, two out of the three of you are from your representative's same political party. Has to be that way, or else you're not even going to get in the door. You go, you present it to him, and you say, we would like you to reintroduce this bill from, the 117th Congress and negotiate with your fellow representatives in the House a final version of this bill. So, by the way, I see this is distracting. Sorry about that. This tree jumped out and hit me this morning while I was gardening. Anyways, back to what's important. It's not going to work if it's just three people. This has to be we, the people. I'm announcing this on Facebook because I'm old and I want you to share this with other people who are like me, all right, still communicate by Facebook. I suggest, here's one thing that got me excited today. Turns out that our former governor in California, Arnold Schwarzenegger, is the guy who helped reform gerrymandering in the state of California. I invite him to take this up as a national campaign, bipartisan all the way. So Democrats, because I'm Republican, Democrats, please put forward your best representatives. Maybe it's the Speaker of the House. I don't know. Michelle Obama. I don't know. And make this a joint bipartisan celebration of we the people, demonstrating that, yes, we can honor the spirit of our founding fathers, one person, one vote, none of this political, what do you call it? Legalized corrupt politics is what my students call it. One person, one vote, not silencing the political voices of any United States citizen. Okay? Now, it'd be really great if you get all this done by Halloween. At least get it done before the special election that takes place here in California on, I think it's November 5th or 4th. I know that's too idealistic to hope for. But this is the first step in political reform that we, the people, could do. And it doesn't matter if you decide to vote for me or not. This is a great way to celebrate our nation's ideals. If you approve of this, pass it on. I'm Phil Turek, and vote for me. Thank you. Bye.
I was almost born in this house. On the morning of the day I was born, my dad called up the local government, asking them to come plow our road open so that he could deliver my mom to the hospital so that she could deliver me. They said no. But if he could get her to the paved state highway half a mile away, then the remaining 18 miles to the hospital would be open. Dad went outside, grabbed a shovel, and started tackling snowdrifts that were allegedly up to 9 feet high. Neighbors came with their shovels and joined him. Eventually, a tractor with a plow joined the effort, and the road was opened. I was born in a hospital late on a Sunday afternoon, back before the U.S. even had 50 states. My motivation is to follow in my dad's footsteps, undertaking tasks that unite communities, tasks that move our nation toward our shared ideals. I'm Phil Turek, and I approve of this message. Someone once challenged me to do something about the state of our nation. In response, I decided to use Mars as a tool for social changes here on Earth in 3 steps. Students explore Earth. The best then live on Mars long enough to be called Martians, who then come back to the U.S. as positive social influencers. I envisioned Congress debating which Amtrak train routes the first Martian ambassador would take when arriving on U.S. soil, so the Martian could see our Purple Mountain's majesty and our amber waves of grain. The route would also reflect American politics, which I claimed was the finest democracy in the world. I put all of this and more into a 10-page letter that I mailed off to the Vice President of the United States on Valentine's Day, 1990. I did expect a meaningful reply. You could fairly accuse me of being naive. I prefer to call myself idealistic. I am Phil Turek, and I approve of this message. My students once claimed that anyone running for public office should be willing to share their transcripts. Here are mine. I have a Bachelor of Arts degree in physics from Cornell University that includes a couple of bad grades. I studied planetary sciences at the University of Arizona for 1 year, where I got a couple of bad grades. I then worked as an engineer scientist at McDonnell Douglas. Here's their record of my internal training. I also took a couple of courses at UCI. After I was laid off, I earned my teaching credential in mathematics and physical sciences through Cal State University Fullerton. To speed up that process, I studied botany at Orange Coast College. I then earned a master's degree in aerospace engineering at Cal State University Long Beach, where I repaired the bad grades that I'd gotten from Cornell. I also have a career technical education certificate in engineering that included coursework in the University of San Diego. While my wife sometimes wonders just how much common sense I actually have, I hope you view me as being someone who is reasonably intelligent. I'm Phil Turek, and I approve of this message. In the 1940s, Air Force pilots kept crashing their planes. Eventually, researchers measured thousands of pilots on physical dimensions of size, then calculated the averages for each one. Experts thought this would lead to a better-fitting cockpit and fewer crashes. Out of 4,000 pilots, not a single one fit within the average range on every dimension. One might have longer arms but shorter legs. Another might have a big chest but small hips. A cockpit intended to fit the average pilot actually fit no one. This is a normal distribution curve. Nearly every measurement regarding humans falls on this curve, including politics. I view myself as a moderate. In reality, I'm a bit conservative on some issues, while simultaneously a bit liberal on other issues. Just as you have to adjust your car seat to fit yourself differently from me, so both you and I have non-identical positions on all the various political issues. I will listen to your concerns with empathy, but we won't always see eye to eye. I thought you should know. I'm Phil Turek, and I approve of this message.